All right. Looks like everybody's on board. Okay, great. Excellent. We could just do a little bit of a preliminary chat. Wait, I think Ryan has just bounced off the chat. We could just do a little bit of a preliminary chat while people get on board, so nobody feels like they've missed out on a bunch. But basically, the premise for today, and this is our second Twitter Spaces call for the Solv Protocol community. So for today, we're going to talk about DAO Treasury management. I'm the cheerleader for the Solv community. I'm joined by Mar, the co-founder at Unslashed, which is a leading insurance protocol in DeFi. Yuan Han is a senior analyst and investor at Blockchain Capital, a leading venture capital investment group in the blockchain industry. And Yuan Han has literally written and published a 35-page report on how DAOs can best achieve treasury. I think last year. So there really is no more perfect person to talk to us about it today. Good to have you here, Yuan Han.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Yeah.
And of course, our co-founder, Ryan Chow. Hi, Ryan. Good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going to do a bit of marketing for Ryan as well. If you don't already know, Ryan just very recently wrote a new piece to share his view on DAO treasury management and how to best achieve DAO treasury management by using Solv Vouchers. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit, I promise you. So yeah, if you haven't already read it, do check it out. It's on Twitter. Also, we're joined by Mike. Mike, who's our other co-founder, who's currently based out of Australia. Do you want to say hi to everybody, Mike?
Hi, everybody. I'm in Melbourne, Australia, and it's midnight in my time zone.
It's 12 a.m., right?
Time zone. Every time I have this kind of call, it's the time zone is always kind of crazy. So yeah, that's our. Oh, sorry. Ethan, could you try giving Mar a speaker role again? Because we want to try to. I don't know. But anyway, that's our group for today. And we can get started. If I can kick this off with, as I say, DAO treasury management has brought on just so much attention in the space, especially with this bear market that's been going on, which I have started seeing like little signs of us getting out of it pretty soon. So fingers crossed. And how should anyone who isn't savvy about DeFi or capital management in traditional finance understand DAO treasury management? I don't know, Yuan Han, do you guys want to just take it from here?
Yeah, sure. But I think Mar can't hear us anymore. So, but I'm happy to also go ahead if like we want to just go ahead first.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really not as difficult or complicated as people might expect. Really, if you're a DAO, you don't really have to worry about trying to optimize everything down to like percentage points or anything like that, right? Like really at the end of the day, if you're a DAO, you have a protocol or a product or some kind of a core mission you're trying to achieve, and really all that treasury management is there, and all it's trying to achieve is really to let you achieve your goals, right? To let you focus on growing your product, growing your protocol, attracting users, achieving your core mission, right? And so really all you should think about when it comes to DAO treasury management at the end of the day is how can it best serve your needs, and in the in a way that gives you the least amount of headaches. And I think in that sense, all it comes down to is whether you're in a bull market or a bear market, you have enough runway, you have enough visibility to let you continue your operations, right? And so for lots of DAOs out there, they have a treasury, and the treasury has a significant amount of their governance tokens or native tokens or whatever, right? But for the operations, you generally need to fund that, with stable coins to pay employee salaries, to pay your partners, to pay for, goods and services that you need to achieve your goals. And it's probably not wise to have too many native tokens on your balance sheet, right? Or at least it's not wise to not have a sufficient cash balance or a stablecoin balance. And so really, you just need to ensure your treasury is diversified in a way that lets you achieve your goals, right? So that you have enough runway to do the things you need to do and to do the things that you want to do. And really, if you can achieve that, then treasury management, like that's really the goal of it, right? And it really just comes down to that, and it's not really as complicated or as complex as people think.
Oh, I hear you. Excellent. It's so interesting because when I first heard about this term, and I read your articles, of course, like many times, and all I was thinking is like personal finance, how closely analogous it is to personal finance, because I'm really into that, and I think like I can like really think of how DAOs, like when they earn a revenue from their asset, it's like having a job in real life and make like paid in salary and all that. And if a DAO conduct a token sale, it's kind of like you have a lot of like asset or in your house, and you wanted to maybe turn them into liquidity by selling them on eBay. And if you still want extra cash to spend on daily expenses, there's always like this. You always like use credit borrow to take out a loan from a bank. I think that's really analogous to like the general strategy of how DAOs fund themselves or capitalize themselves. Do you think that's like a reasonable analogy to draw here?
I think right at the end of the day, your goal is to have enough stable coins to fund your operations, right? And so that could come from a number of ways. I think the easiest way, and the first way DAOs really should think about it is there some way you can generate revenue using your products, using your protocol? And then when you are generating your revenue, can it be denominated in stable coins or something that's not your native token, right? Like if you're earning money in ETH or stable coins, you can sell your ETH for stables, and then that's, some cash reserves for you, right? After that, then you can look at maybe conducting a token sale of some sort. Or if you are very profitable and you just want to, have more money now to be able to grow, then debt might make sense too. So in that sense, you can issue bonds. You could maybe look at some DeFi protocols out there to borrow against your native tokens. But in general, most DAOs don't have that as an option, right? Just because, their tokens are generally not listed on Aave or Compound. And so really they might want to, issue debt of some kind, issue bonds of some kind, right? So yeah, I'd say it really comes down to those three options, and that's maybe the order you should think about them. Is like the first way: do you have revenue or income that you can retain to fund and finance your operations? If not, or if that's not enough, then you might think about conducting a token sale of some sort and selling some tokens from the treasury, diversifying it to raise some more cash balance. And then for maybe DAOs that are a bit more mature, it'd be cheaper to issue debt rather than selling their tokens. So it really just comes down to those three options, and I think like what you use, that really depends on what makes the most sense for your DAO, right?
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, guys. Just wanted to check if Mark could speak to us right now. Mark, could you hear us right now? I don't think he has a speaker, or he's been.
Yeah, Mark told me that he can hear us when he is a listener. So, but when he's been a speaker, then he cannot hear us. So yeah, something went wrong.
Oh, that was great.
Can you hear
so
me?
Ryan, yeah. Ryan, was that you?
Nope, not me.
Okay.
Mar, right?
Ryan, could you maybe talk to us about what, I guess, like, walk us through the chemistry, right? The founder at Solv Protocol, walk us through the chemistry between Solv Protocol and DAO Treasury, and how like, what's your view on this, on such a big topic? Could you share us your
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it seems. Yeah, I just heard a Mar just spoke, but yeah, it's okay. Let me just answer your question, and then maybe we can invite Mar to just express his opinion. And yeah, so the chemistry between the Solv Protocol and DAO Treasury Management, in terms of this, actually, I just posted a article and a thread about this. So because we have rolled out I should say two, a product lines, two financial NFTs product line already. One is vesting voucher, the other one is convertible voucher. So they have different roles and they can empower DAOs and projects to do different things. And we are just we will just keeping think that's what exactly we are doing, or what kind of a one-stop solution we are providing to DAOs. And recently I have found out a word, and actually that's all a thanks to Yuan Han. He just wrote a very excellent a report on DAO treasury management, and I went through it for several times, and then I found out that what we are doing is very similar with DAO treasury management. Maybe we can take this a word to explain what we are doing, and especially when we are going to roll out the third product line, which is bond voucher. So it's an upgrade based on convertible voucher. While it's we want to leverage these products to tap into the bond market, to empower the DAOs to raise money without selling the tokens. Then we can say, vesting voucher, convertible vouchers, plus the a bond voucher, all of them actually are serve maybe just one purpose, is for DAO treasury management, or say DAO a treasury diversification, or we can say DAO financing kind of things. So we are helping DAOs raise money without selling their tokens, or without get rid of the impacts on the secondary market. So I'm not sure. Do you need me to explain a little bit more about each product line? But yeah, maybe I think if you're quite familiar with it, maybe we can just jump that part.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, right now we have like two products in the voucher family. The first product, Fasting Voucher, is kind of a NFT that allows you to lock a digital asset, pretty much any digital asset in there, and vest it to the owners. And what's really cool about vesting vouchers is that not only you can have the ownership or the right to those unvested tokens, there's a place for you to trade those NFT vouchers. For protocols, it's really just a brilliant way to conduct a token sale without really leaving any direct impact on the token market, because it's really decentralized. The ownership is decentralized. There's not going to be any, even if there's a whale that buy up, say, like the the good proportion of the sale. The vesting mechanism prevents dumping on the spot market, thus, I guess, preventing the token price from being affected. And then another product would be bond voucher, and we've been doing a lot of work, like upgrading our convertible voucher. That was like the previous I guess version of this product. Essentially, bond vouchers will allow you to raise money. It's like by issuing a bond, and then the bond itself is collateralized by the protocol's native tokens, and when the maturity date strikes, the DAO will well, first of all, they will sell the bond vouchers in exchange for stablecoin, and at maturity, the DAO will pay back the investors principal plus interest, and then get in order to get the collateral back. So those are basically two ways that DAOs can manage their treasury through the products that Solv Protocol is providing right now. If Ryan, if you want to add anything on top of what I said.
Yeah, I think you just gave a very precise and complete introduction of each of the products. Yeah, and maybe I want to add one more point is that the three main modules of a Solv protocol. One is Solv Vouchers, including the three vouchers you just explained, and the second one is the IVO market, and the third one is marketplace. So actually, the combination or the people are just taking these three modules to enjoy a very frictionless and very rich experience on a interacting with the financial NFTs can really help DAOs to manage their treasury and can empower the users to participate in our platform and to just find out some very interesting new financial instruments vehicles to invest. So yeah, that's one thing that I want to add, and yeah, no more from me.
Thank you, Ryan. And I have a question for, at this point, I have a question for Yuan Han. So I want to be sensitive to the market view, or I guess the general market condition. So basically, how would being in a bear market and bull market really affect how DAOs would choose to conduct either a token sale or taking on a debt here? I think I read somewhere in your article that really the fact that how liquid the DAO's native token is is playing a really important role in their decision making.
I think it's it's tough, right? Because when you're in a bear market, you don't really want to be selling your native token, especially when maybe liquidity dries up. The prices are non-ideal for you. You can't raise as much money as you would have. You need to take on much more dilution, right? Like you need to sell far more tokens from the treasury to hit your goals, like financing goals, right? And so a tough spot, right? This is why I guess, I really stress that it's far more important to be doing this when times are good in a bull market. Just as kind of we saw in the last crypto cycle with lots of projects who raised ICOs, they didn't diversify the money they raised, and then when the market crashed, they had no more money to basically fund their operations, right? And so it's really important to be doing this in a bull market rather than bear market. So that's the first thing I'd stress. But okay, now that we're in this situation, what can you do? Well, there's if your DAO is large enough, then it's could be a matter of survival. Then you still have to consider selling some native tokens or potentially issuing a little bit of debt, right? Really, there's no way around it unless you're magically able to generate a ton of revenue in a creative way in a short amount of time, right? But that, from my view, is really the short of it. There's this is something you should be thinking about when times are good, so that you have enough money when times are a little worse. And yeah, that's kind of my perspective on it.
Right, really, financing and capitalizing yourself in the crypto world is really all about timing. And really, this is not exaggerating it. Well, thank you for sharing that. And Brian, maybe you could talk to us about talk to the investors, especially retail investors of Solv Vouchers listening to this. What are they? What can they expect when from adopting Solv Vouchers for their investment?
Yeah, I think most of our users are quite familiar with vesting vouchers offering, and it's a kind of vesting a NFT which represent vesting token. So a DAOs or projects are selling the tokens, especially kind of a vesting tokens at discount compared to spot price, so you can enjoy a more potentialness on the upside you can earn from this kind of investment vehicle. And also, I would like to talk a little bit about our bond voucher. So this one will be a bonds plus a option. So I think maybe most of the people are quite familiar with bonds in a conventional finance. So it means that when you invest in such kind of a investment target, then your principals and interest can at least be repaid. And then as for our bond voucher, there is a option with it. So also you can earn some potential upsides when the strike price are being met. So I think for vesting vouchers, if you are quite a kind of aggressive investors, then maybe you can take a look at vesting voucher. But you are quite passive, then you gotta take a look at the bond voucher. So like the next case we gonna offer is from Straps Finance. It's a very decent project which would offer some like $2 million worth of the bonds to the public, and they offer a 10% interest rate. So first, when you invest this kind of a investment kind of bond voucher, then you can at least earn 10% if they don't default. And secondly, they set up a strike price at $3, and now the spot price is at around like $1.2. It means that if the price exceeds $3, then you can earn a upside. I just take an example here to help all of you to understand how it works. So I think it might be very interesting compared to do like some liquidity mining or just deposit the USDC, the stable coins, into the compound or Aave. So these two products, including the convertible vouchers, altogether can cover the most of the different kinds of investors in our community.
That was great. And I do want to add to the Strips Finance fundraising through the bond voucher. I think it really has to do with like our recent upgrade on this model here. We're bringing in, I think, a neutral third party to oversee the fund, the use of fund, the whole process, to make sure that the fund is really going to the right place, and then in the end it will be repaid back to the investor, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and wonder hear your opinion on this, Mike. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Mike. And what do you think of the especially the DAO treasury management and the Solv Vouchers?
Actually, I'm not a expert in the DAO treasury management. I think I will learn a lot by reading your articles. But the most, the most impressive part to me when I was reading your article is that you list, I think, 7 or 8 different tools that can be, derived from Solv Vouchers, especially the vesting vouchers that can be used in the DAO treasury management. You list, I think, you can use the vesting voucher as launch pad, as short-term bond, as repos, which it's my favorite concept, and as convertible debt, things like that. I mean, what make me think about this interesting list is that why we can do so many things with such a simple tools, with such a simple product. Um, it seems that we are not providing a single tool. We actually provide a list of tools, a tool set to the DAO treasury management. I hope the DAOs can use these tools well to achieve their treasury management goal. I know that to achieve that goal, you don't you not only need some tools, you also need to develop a philosopher, philosophy and methodology. But especially if you have a tool set, you have a Swiss knife in your hand, it will be much easier for a DAO organization to invent their own their own methodology to manage their treasury. So I really think that this makes me think that what we have done right, why we can provide such a multi-purpose, uh, such a useful tools for in this purpose. I think the real power is behind the scenes, is because that uh, we are actually developing a very smart robot. So we develop I should say um, a, a very versatile, a very powerful general purpose robot, um, uh, as smart contract, and we use the financial NFT, or I would prefer to say Solv Voucher as a ticket, so that a DAO can configure his ticket, its ticket, and use that ticket to show to the robot, and that robot, the robot developed by Solv Protocol, um, is so smart that it can look at the ticket, look at the configuration, and know how it can help the DAO to manage, to become the desirable tool to manage their treasury. So this is what I think, what we have done, what we have done right. So I personally feel proud about that. But I also very much would like to encourage you guys to think that what we can do better, and maybe what we haven't done right. So uh, this require more expertise in DAO treasury management. I think this is a fairly new subject, so I think there is a long way to go. There's a lot of more work to do, but I think this Solv will provide very promising tools, because we take exactly because we take this unique solution, this unique philosophy to create a general purpose, very smart robot, and plus we enable the users to use the financial NFT or vouchers to configure the behavior of the robot. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Thank you.
Yeah, totally agree. What I'm thinking is that a Solv vouchers, Solv IVO, and Solv markets, just like three Legos, we can combine them together and just a do like it seems a Mike, you just mentioned the example I just took in the article. Maybe I can take one to explain it more for the audiences today. So I just mentioned like one a thing we can do is a vesting voucher as a staking. So what is it? So for the DAOs, they can list and vesting vouchers on the marketplace for and exchange for the native tokens itself. So what does it mean? It means that when when you list and like 10,000 lock tokens, vesting tokens, and exchange for like 9,000 tokens, but it's spot tokens, then actually you just get a 9,000 spot tokens from the markets and reduce the circulations in the space and lock up the tokens for your users. So for the DAOs, it's a very flexible way to do staking mechanism. So you don't need to build your smart contracts, and also for your users, when they deposit token, when they lock up tokens, it's more like a exchange instead of a staking. But while they can enjoy a very high liquidity when they hold that vesting voucher. So it's very simple. You just mint a voucher and list it on the marketplace and set up a payment method for the native tokens itself. Then you can do this. So it's limitless. That's what we are really seeing now. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. That was great. Like vesting vouchers are really a versatile tool. If you think about it, because it's powered by our like Solv's original token standard, ERC 3525, which basically kind of revolutionized the whole NFT primitive by allowing NFTs to be split and merged, and also like input metadata like vesting schedule, like face value when used in more financially inclined scenarios. So like like Ryan mentioned, you can now use vesting vouchers to stake and earn earn a reward from that staking process. And and by the way, I really like Mike's robot analogy. I mean, this always got me thinking, because I think when I first learned the word smart contract, I wasn't really sure. I really wasn't sure what I was getting into, or like what the whole concept was really about. And then until I really got into Solv more, and then especially this watershed moment when Uniswap V3 launched LP tokens, that really allows you to customize your concentrated liquidity. I think that was like a epiphany moment for me, because it feels like I here right now, and it's a robot, and then I have this smart contract, a custom like tailor-made smart contract to represent my financial right in DeFi, and I can just like take it anywhere. Like it's in my wallet. I can trade it. It really frees up like your basically frees up your economic freedom. So that was really cool. And by the way, and this reminds me, I do want to take this opportunity to get the word out. Smart contract tokenization is the next step for Solv Protocol. We've been doing a lot of financial NFTs. We've been doing a lot of vouchers, but really the end game is to tokenize smart contract. And we've been under some pretty intense development, over the past two to 3 months, and then we've been doing some hard thinking about how to rebrand our strategy and our philosophy. So, and then we're gonna roll out a new rebranding in just a couple months. So definitely stay tuned. So okay, my next question, we've talked a lot about Solv Vouchers, so I guess this will be a good place to throw this question to Yuanhan. So basically, from like a blockchain analyst point of view, what was your first impression of Solv Vouchers? Like, did you find the tool, like, did you find this concept appealing? And if you do, and I hope you do, maybe discuss some of the ways you think that vouchers are standing out from the rest of the DAO treasury management solutions that you currently know of?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing that stood out to me when I first came across them is just how elegant it is. It's perfect because, like if you think about I think the easiest way to think about it, right, is just compare it to what's like the alternative if you didn't use the Solv voucher, right? So you think about, like if you want tokens to vest, the alternative would be you deploy a brand new smart contract each time, costs money, and with a new smart contract, even if you want to change something slightly, you can't reuse like the smart contract, right? Like if you want to change the vesting schedule slightly, you want to change like any parameter, like it requires a brand new smart contract, and also it's not liquid. So once it's locked in there, you can't split it, you can't sell it. Like that position is just there, right? And so if you compare that to basically Solv vesting voucher, it's entirely different, because now I can if for some reason I need early liquidity, I can sell off a tiny portion of my unvested amount to someone else, and that's just I can split my financial NFT that represents my position in the vesting contract to someone else. You can deploy a new financial NFT far more easily. You change the metadata, easily, right? Like it's basically no code. Like you don't have to deploy a brand new contract every time, right? And so like that's pretty revolutionary. It's like not been possible before with any other token standard, and you guys have obviously invented something new there, and like kudos to you guys, right? And then if you look at something like, say, convertible vouchers, like this problem is even more I guess exacerbated, right? Because if you want to deploy some kind of a bond or some kind of a convertible bond, right? Like if you look at some of the existing solutions that people have tried to develop, you have problems where like you get a token, and as I said, you have to deploy a brand new contract for every new bond with every new expiry, right? Like it's very expensive, it's a lot of work, and if maybe you're if you're less technical, you can't do that. And if you look at like the fungibility of it, yeah, okay, like if you use an ERC20, it's more fungible, but a lot of these financial NFTs are not that liquid anyway, right? Like if you think about a vesting contract, it's normally pretty hard to find a buyer. And so if it's an ERC20 and you use an AMM or something, then the trading experience isn't great either, because you just incur high slippage. And so an NFT marketplace makes far more sense. And so Solv vouchers basically like perfectly fit in between, I guess, ERC20s and ERC 721s, and it's just a really, really elegant solution. So I think that's what really stuck out to me when I first came across them.
Wow, yeah, that means that's a lot. Yeah, appreciate that. When we're talking about vesting voucher, yeah, I've seen our old friend Jamie, the co-founder of IZUMI Finance, just joined us as well. So and it seems recently the IZUMI Finance just explore a new way, an elegant way to conduct like V NFT, a kind of VE a model for DAO governance kind of way, or DAO staking, and would like to invite you to say something about that, and also about like DAO treasury management from a DAO's perspective.
Sure, thanks for the invitation. Yeah, glad to connect. I'm Jimmy, the co-founder of IZUMI Finance, and actually, I'm very happy to be a user of Solv. At the beginning of my content, that IZUMI has cooperated with Solv about 3 months ago, and we adopt the Solv and also the voucher to do the IVO on BIC and also the Matic. And also, I'm also a buyer of the voucher on BIC. I buy some tokens, vesting tokens with the discount. I think it's a good way for personal investment. And actually, for IZUMI, we also want to explore the boundary of NFT together with DeFi, just like the Solv, but different from like we are trying to use the NFT to make it into a financial NFT, to make it to have the ability to like split and also merge. Instead, we are trying to explore the DAO governance of the of the NFT utility. Like IZUMI's VMT, that's the full name is IZUMI DAO VMT, and in brief is the VEasy. Actually, it adopts some ideas of the Solidity proposed by AC and the VMT concept. So this concept actually is not a original coming from the NFT. actually is coming from the VE token, VE model, used by like the Curve, Convex, and many other successful protocols in DeFi world. And VE voter escrow means that if you lock your token for longer, you could have a larger voting power and you could enjoy more benefits from the platform. So actually, it is a very successful design to benefit the long-term holder instead of the equally to distribute the incentives and also the voting power to the token holders. If you stake for long, you could get more, and if you stake for long, you could influence the system more. So I think it's a very fair and elegant design. But for the solidity and also IZUMI's V NFT, actually it wants to solve for the perspective of the DeFi. Actually, it is used to solve the liquidity problem, because if you stake your token in Curve, like with your address and in the staking smart contract, if you lock for 4 years, that means you say the bye bye to your token in the 4 years. So you could not withdraw or use it during these 4 years. So what we want to solve and how we solve it is we put it in you stake your token, your token to get a V token in an NFT, and then you stake your NFT in your address to fulfill the rights of the voting, staking, and boosting. So in that way, if you use your V NFT to farm for like 2 years and get enough paybacks, and if you want to sell it, you could sell the VEFT in any marketplace supporting ERC-721. So in that case, it doesn't like the Curve, for the retail users are in the fear of losing liquidity and losing so they don't want to look for a long time. Instead, with the VEFT proposed by IZUMI and also the Solidity, you don't need to be in the fear of that. You could just stake for longer, and you get more voting power and more staking incentives. And then you could sell it or buy it on any marketplace supporting ERC-721. And also, Joanne and I, we have discussed about the new protocol about the NFT. Correct me if I'm wrong. ERC 3325. 3525. If I remember right. So I think there will be
Yeah,
more
exactly.
protocols. Oh yeah, I'm so lucky. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I'm not quite familiar with NFT area actually. But I think that's a very cool idea because we are both trying to use the NFT to have more liquidity. To have more utility and more use case. And absolutely, financial NFT and also DAO NFT could give the NFT more rights on the platform and on some specific scenarios. So I'm a fan of NFT. I bought the crypto kitties 4 years ago, and for now, even I leave it in my wallet. I don't know how to deal with it, but I think the NFT area has changed for greatly in the recent years. And happy to see the IZUMI DAO VFT and also the financial NFT, the voucher from the Solv. Trying to, in my perspective, I think DeFi and NFT fusion will be the next trend for like the DeFi 3.0 or NFT 2.0. So that will be a very cool innovation and also some to have more explorations in this area.
That was great. Thank you, Jamie, for sharing all that. When IZUMI launched the vesting voucher offering, I wasn't around much yet, but definitely like the next time you guys launch another voucher offering, I definitely want to be part of it. Definitely let us know.
Yeah, thanks, John. Yeah, I think that's a very interesting experiments when you want to buy an NFT with some tokens, especially with some very clear standard and also clear mechanism behind it. Not like just buying some crypto lens or NFT lens or PFP, which there's a big dream behind it. Like the DAO NFT and also the financial NFT is very clear to know what you buy behind it. I think it makes some guarantee or make some difference from you could guarantee some paybacks and some rights when you buy it, and also it is very different user experience from the buying other like buying some artist NFT or some other NFTs. So it's very interesting. Next time when we launch some activity together with Solv, I'm very glad so you could join.
Definitely, yeah. Good. Yeah, I just wanted to just to follow up on what you just said. It was really interesting because like when people usually think of NFT, they think of like art and collectibles. I myself like I collect like art NFTs, but what you're really getting, and a lot of people here probably already know this very well, is that you're getting like this ownership of either like a JPEG or like a GIF or like this thing that you can see, right? And then with like financial NFT, things are getting so much more exciting and so much more interesting because you're not just like getting a visualized a ticket, like a visualized proof, something you can put in your wallet that you can just see. You can see what's on it, like your asset and the vesting date. Like you are actually getting the digital asset into this NFT. And I'm not a super tech savvy. I'm pretty sure I'm using the word wrong here. You can put the stuff into NFT, but what's really fascinating about those the tokenized smart contract is that they can it is so secure. Like they locks up your asset in those NFTs so securely. You can use the NFT to you can send the NFT to another person, like say your friend, and you automatically send all those underlying assets to them, and without them even knowing how to code or develop write a contract. They just got the asset from you, and then what they need to do is just take it to I guess in this case take it to the Solv marketplace, exchange it, and then when the vesting date has arrived, when the fully vested date has arrived, you just take the voucher to the platform and then just claim those tokens. It really works like magic. So I have come to learn the process of me learning about this, the idea of financial NFT was really mind blowing to me, and I strongly recommend everyone here today who are not so familiar with financial NFTs. I know the topic is DAO treasury management here, so I'm kind of digressing a little bit, but definitely learn read into this new creation. I think it's going to be really exciting, and I think Mike mentioned a little bit, a little while ago, that this voucher could really represent the a $1 trillion bond market from traditional finance, and then really shift it to DeFi. It really bridges our everyday use of financial contract, and then move it all to DeFi. So just think how massive that market potential will be. It's definitely something that gets me up every day just thinking about that. So that was great. Okay. Let me think. So Ryan, I guess we've touched upon DAO treasury management, and you talked about we've went over the inner workings of vesting vouchers and bond vouchers, and you mentioned IVO and Solv marketplace. Could you maybe talk a little bit about to all the DAOs listening to us right now, why they should why they should adopt Solv vouchers? What are some other benefits that they're getting when they adopt this solution?
Yeah, thanks for this question to give me a chance to show ourselves. Yeah. So firstly, of course, I think Yunhan just give a very nice summary. Is that for financial NFTs for Solv vouchers, when it's combined with IVO and marketplace, it's a quite a elegant solutions for DAOs. So you can do the things you can just enjoy the services which provided by Solv very easily and seamlessly. So that's one thing. That's one point. And also for the first point, I think we have a very nice front end which can help the DAOs to interact or just take our solution without any coding work, and also when 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 they take their Genesis Safe wallet to interact with our protocol, yeah, it's seamlessly. They can just take it. They can just deposit the tokens from their Genesis Safe wallet to our protocol. Some sort of kind of things here. So that's one the first point. And secondly, I think that's it's the network effects we have been built on Solv Protocol. Because for all the DAOs, when they take our solution, they can leverage our traffics. We have a very strong community, and most of them are being educated to they know how to understand a vesting voucher, how to understand how to interact with a convertible voucher kind of things. So when they sell such kind of a little bit, maybe a little bit a complicated investment targets, but they can understand that because we have a deal with our users for over 1 year, and that's the network effect we have been built. And also we have got a lot of institutional investors partners. They are just looking at our marketplace and wait for some very good deal to invest. So that's all the resources we have been gathered on our marketplace, and it will make the DAOs to raise funds much more easily on our protocol. That's the second point. And the third point is that I think we react very quickly. So when we talk to some DAOs, when they need us to post a proposal on their forum, we can just respond them and take action very quickly. So because we do believe that's our solution is still at a very early stage. We need to promote it, and I think our team, especially our BD team, works so hardly and on promoting our solution. So that's the third point. And yep, and I think that's enough, because I still remember that the last time when I talked to Perpetual Protocol on an AMA event, the co-founder Nick just told me that two reasons. One is user friendly on Solv Protocol. Yeah, it's so user friendly when they take this solution. Secondly, we can help pitch investors, so they don't need to do anything. If we just help them to do all the things they want. So I think it's difficult for them to reject us. We reject our solution, right? So yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. I was just told that someone was raising their hand to speak. Do you still want? Do you want to ask a question? Definitely feel free. Like anyone listening to this, feel free to raise your hand or request to speak. We're really casual here, just chatting. Okay. All right. Does anyone else have anything to add? No. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, none for me.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I think we just hit an hour mark here. So although we did start off a little late, but well, thank you guys very much. It's been educational and entertaining in equal parts for me. We'll try to make this a regular thing every other Friday. And with that, I think we can send it off. Thanks, Yuan Han, Ryan, Mike, and Jimmy. And sorry, Mart, you still couldn't. You still
Yeah.
couldn't. Hopefully, we'll come up with something next time, and you can enjoy us because you can join us because we really look forward to speaking with you. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Have a nice day, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys, and especially special thanks to Yuanhan, Jimmy, and yeah, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys, for having me, and thanks everyone for coming.
Thank
Okay,
you.
cool.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, have a good weekend. Bye bye.
Okay, have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye bye.